Being pure D2C, we put a lot of resources into our site. So off the bat, having another marketplace, having another quote unquote site that the team would then need to allocate resources to was a big one. We put a lot of time and resources into our site, making it look the best. We were nervous that an app would not replicate that experience. The second one was, okay, if we can get it to replicate that experience, what's going to be the lift required from a lean team to actually manage this thing? So those are really the two main pushback at first, all the while knowing that BYLT is the type of brand that has a very, very loyal consumer. And we didn't have a place to offer them a membership only site experience or any type of experience that they actually felt that they were getting added value for being a longtime customer. And it came to the point where enough education about TapCart, at first we realized, okay, there's not a ton of lift for the team. It integrates with Shopify extremely well. The team on the TapCart side is really easy to work with, really efficient. Next was the actual visuals, the actual content. Could it look like the site that we spend so much time working on? That one was alleviated after I think we kind of signed on with you, Neil, and we were able to see like the experiences that the brands are having, looked at some case studies, looked at experiences. So those are the real two holdbacks. And, those were easily crossed with your guys' help. We use retention channels to market it to that loyal cohort. So we did have some solid adoption off the bat. It quickly ramped up to 5% of sales, I would say pretty much in that first couple weeks. And then the more it got adopted from that same cohort, it quickly got up to a constant 8 to 10%. And then previous to the big sales stretch, it was hovering in that 10 to 12% of actual site revenue. But the main thing that we saw initially is that AOV, that UPT, it's much higher than we see on site, which is expected. It wasn't until I think probably 60 to 90 days after we got the app that we started looking at the net new audience cohort and really analyzing, okay, your first experience with BYLT was through the app. What is that journey like? And even with those customers, we were seeing higher AOVs, higher UPTs, higher metrics across the board, faster conversion rates, better conversion rates. So we got a lot of confidence that this is a place that we can send new consumers and they'll still get a really good feel for the brand through the content, through the navigation, through the ease of product, through the ease of merchandising. So we do this October sale every single year. This was the first year, though, that we have had TapCart as a lever. The app was supposed to be 24-hour early access, but based on the performance, we extended it out to 48. So we actually bumped back the actual sale itself, just seeing the performance from the early access in a TapCart. As far as sales on the app itself, it was 800% up period over period. For year-over-year sales, we were 165% up, which was just massive. AOVs were 30% higher than our site metrics. Our total orders in app went up over 900%, app sessions 500%, app installs went up over 500%. I think we got over 7,000 installs just in that 24-hour period. So it was massive. And we really saw that cohort of customers wants to respond to the app and wants to be on the app. Since the app, obviously, we've seen a lot of success. We've seen that customer already have repeat purchases in the app ever since that sale, which was really only about 2 weeks ago. So we've seen really nice repeat purchase off of it, which justifies that new customer cohort actually performs in there. We're going to do it again for Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So you guys will see that we're going to do early access for the app for our biggest sale of the year, which to have leadership support that decision is huge. I mean, no one's playing games in November, no one's taking risks in November. So it's a solidified approach for our sale. It just makes sense. We're able to take all that returning traffic and push it into those first 2 days with no media spend and really allow that media spend to take effect after we deliver to that cohort. So yeah, it's a staple now. We typically on site in a BAU environment will see 1.8 transactions per year for customers. In the app, it's 3+, which is huge. The consideration path after a purchase is much shorter. So our repeat between purchases is much shorter in the app. The predicted LTV that we get from Northbeam for app users is much higher in the 30 to 40% if you look at a 30, 60, 90-day predicted LTV. So yeah, it performs really well for that loyal BYLT fan. We we truly are giving our most loyal consumer a place for them to have a really different experience in the site. New content, early access to certain products, app-only products. So that's the obvious one. The selfish one is we really grow first-party data here, and we really stretch email and SMS list growth. Send rates are definitely not cheap. So every single person that we can get to download the app, we can then exclude from SMS and email messaging as long as we match that cadence. So really the play here is continuing to efficiently grow first-party data while growing the app to make sure that those that we're delivering to through SMS and email are required through SMS and email, and then we can take care of that really loyal cohort for free with no ad spend. The brand we know has a really healthy returning. We're 70, 80% returning. So we knew that we had a really loyal fan base. And really the two things that kept coming up was, what are we doing for that loyal fan base? And we didn't have anything. So we kept going back and forth with a membership program, with an app program, came across you guys. And really that's when we started surveying. We surveyed returning customers and they absolutely wanted it. They painted out what they wanted from it. Obviously early access to sales, app-only sales, app-only product, early access to content, special content, lookbooks, what have you. So we basically pulled all the perks that they would want from the app and cross-referenced it with you guys. You guys said Tapcart had all the functionality to succeed there. And yeah, we saw it off the bat. We saw a first initial wave of downloads. And then as we just kept pressing marketing, it just became this constant daily rate of downloads. And now it's become a core part of our business. It's a daily 10% of our site revenue at minimum. So we can really see that cohort continues to use that app every single day. We have seen incremental gains from that returning cohort having a location where they are more likely to convert than the site. When you have real estate on someone's phone, you're not relying on outbound messaging. You're not relying on anything. You're relying on them scrolling through their phone. They see that logo. Oh, all right, I'll look around. So I think it's definitely incremental in the fact that that returning cohort is much more likely to convert and much more likely to see your brand every single day through a free touch point, which is the added bonus for sure. We're able to be much more nimble with the app itself. So we can go in and update content offers much faster than the site. We can test new layouts. We can test new product features. We can test a ton of different things on the app where we can get a read before we have to spend dev hours to apply it to the site. You're able to increase your amount of campaigns, increase your amount of offers you can get live. If we want to fire up an app-only offer, we can do it in minutes.